just chill out while everyone ready's up. Looks like we're getting going soon, and then we'll go with the intro. Right, so hey there everyone, and welcome to the Redline Racing community. We're here for the Thursday night racing, just for a bit of fun on the off season here at the Silverstone International Circuit. Pretty historic circuit. Obviously some new news recently that the main pit straight here for the Formula 1 Grand Prix will be renamed to the Hamilton Straight. The first time a name of a driver has been used here at the circuit. A lot of very historic and pretty tricky corners here as well, such as Maggots and Beckett's, which will be very interesting to see these modern day Formula 1 cars nearly flat out through there. But today I'm joined of course by my good friend Jack Willis.
Hello.
So how are you today?
I'm very good, sir, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm crack-a-lacking, mate, thank you. So coming into quali then, what are you predicting for everyone's strategy?
I would say personally people are going to be trying out the mediums probably in Q1. I would say it depends who's quick or not, but it depends. I'm not sure.
Definitely.
I know for the race though, race is definitely going to be probably soft to medium strategy, but the quick guys probably would do soft to hard to have the quick end to the race.
A lot of interesting strategy going on then. Now I've got 3 people in the stream, so welcome guys. If you are enjoying, do consider giving the stream a like. Does help the stream out quite a lot. So 80 minutes of qualifying here, very long pit lane, so people will be really eager to get out. It looks like we've got a few people coming out pretty soon, of course. A couple of people on the medium tyre, maybe to just get a bit of a banker lap in, or going for that one quick lap shootout. Obviously it might be good if you are going for a one lap shootout, just to wait towards the end while there's the track's a bit more rubbing in. Dry forecast for today's race, but we've got Stinson in the Red Bull then heading out on those medium tyres. We've got a comment on the stream as well.
I thought that Red Bull was called Simpson then. Oh, I was quite interested.
Of course not. So Stinson on his outlap on these medium tyres, perhaps just going for a quick old bank lap through on to the, I think, is this a name straight? I don't think this is a name straight, but on the run into Brooklands anyway. Could definitely be interesting. That Honda engine, it's amazing, sounding amazing. Yeah, so a few people to definitely look out for is Stinson, our TNR and FNR champion, Jonathan Cox as well, joining us in the Haas F1 team car. Also Tarachi Ratch is pretty good around the wheel himself. Definitely a very challenging circuit, is Silverstone, really good for racing as well, so I think we've got a pretty good race on our hands.
Don't agree with that one.
So what lap times do you reckon we'll see some people get down to then in today's qualifying session?
I would say on the mediums, I would say solid 128.
28's decent.
I would say. I think they should aim for 128. Maybe push one high 127s. Depends what the drivers.
So it just looks like Stinson's readying up his lap then through the Vale chicane and onto the Hamilton straight on the run into Abbey then, using all of the track on the outside, chucking it in about the 50 board, easily flat out through Abbey then. He's got a bit of a Williams in his way, braking just at the start of the curb there, down to 4th gear, bit of dirty air from optics in front, he moves out of the way, now into the loop then, 2nd gear, bit of a lock up there, short shift to 3rd to just get the run off the exit, and through Aintree then on to this back straight, DRS wide open then, and hitting nearly 200 miles an hour, over 200 miles an hour, to break in at the 50 board, quick in for 5th gear for Brooklands, chucking it in to Luffield as well, 4th gear to get the power down, 5th gear again, just getting that flat out, now through Woodcote on to the Wellington straight on the run into Copse, the old pit straight and into Copse, hopefully easily flat out, chucking it in at the 50 board, flat out, using the curb to keep the car pinned, now into the infamous Maggots and Beckett sequence, chucking it in, then using the curb on the inside, flat, bit of a lift, downshift, brake for Chapel, and flat onto the hanger straight then, and on the run into Stowe to round off the lap. Purple sectors for Stinson. It looks like he's the only car to do so. Coming into Stowe, then braking just before the 50, spamming down the gears, really using the engine braking to his advantage. Running wide then through Stowe, braking just at the start of the curve for the Vale chicane. Clipping the inside curb, short shifting to fourth, get the power down. Streams goes fastest with a 27.6. Will Stinson beat it on the medium tyres? He does a 24.7, so smashing your prediction there, Willis.
That was a very quick time indeed. I do think he could have gained possibly, I would say, a tenth or more through farm after that lockup. But very good lap from Stinson.
Definitely cost him. Yeah, 24.7. That's about a second quicker than I can do on soft, so can't be that bad.
Yeah, I mean.
Extremist YT in second, probably in third. Walker beats that with a 24.6 on the soft compound tyre. Very quick laps in these early stages. Still 13 minutes to go though, and about 3/4 of the grid yet to set a lap.
Keep in mind, Walker is on the softs, and Stinson was on the mediums when he set that lap time, so I'm interested to see what Stinson can do on the softs.
Definitely, could easily brought about 6 tenths difference between the soft and hard, so he could potentially, if he hooks up a lap, maybe for a high 23, low 24.
Definitely.
But it looks like the Extremist YT, the host of the lobby, in P3 with a nice 25.6 there. You've got the two aliens up in front, and there's a second back, and then pretty close behind. LH44 in P5, RPDG in P6, and Jordan up to P4 as well. So pretty good lap times from everyone. Just need to see what the rest of the lobby can do. We'll go on board with Jonathan Cox as he is on his medium lap. Oh no, he's not. He's coming into the pits. There's yellow flags on the hangar straight coming into Stoke. Just looks like an Alfa Romeo setting up for a lap. Is it Streams? It is. Is he either coming into the pits or setting up for a lap? He's coming into the pits. Trachy Ratch though on his lap through Stowe. Is this his lateral lap? I don't think it is. So he's setting up for another lap. He's got just a little bit of energy, ready to go. Going in pretty deep there on the soft, setting up a lap, getting ready to punch it, punching it nicely, and through the... No, he's backed off again. Oh. Well, that was rather anticlimactic.
What's that Renault doing?
Pretty anticlimactic there.
DFRL did have a bit of a bobble on the lap before. He did run very wide at T1. He validated his lap, so he has not got that much energy to work with for the next lap.
He's got 86%.
Interested to see what he can do though.
Definitely needs to make the most out of the tyres he's got, and hopefully we can see him put some good laps in. Probably nowhere near the... Oh, Stinson has put the softs on as he is in the pits, and he looks like he's coming out of the pits now. I can see on the track map he is coming out of the pits, so maybe we should jump on board with him and see how
Stinson
much
has spun.
the lap on. Oh, that is...
I don't know how. I don't know. That was because of someone else, I think. I think they made contact as he came out of the pits. I don't know who that was though.
Well, that's the problem with having the pit exit through the fastest part of the circuit. These things can happen, but that's a 5-place grid penalty for Stinson, so he'll be starting P6 at the highest. But with the pace he's shown in quali, if he can carry that over into the race, I'm not too convinced he'll have a problem.
No, but very promising qualifier now. It's very unfortunate for him.
Just Red Bull certainly doesn't give you wings by the look of that Red Bull Honda.
Definitely missing it.
We'll go on board with RPDJ as he's on a lap with 3-lap old mediums highs, and Optics is disqualified from the session for driving the wrong way. So of course it's just a little bit of fun today, so might see a few people trying to do a last first challenge. A few people retiring, and it looks like that's a massive crash on the run into Village.
The Extremes YT is lining up to set a lap on them soft. I don't know if they know on soft.
Talk us through this lap then, Willis.
Looks good. No, you do it.
So coming in to Abbey then, not using all the track, he can get a bit squirmy through that corner then, doesn't quite have the rear downforce he needs, coming into Village, having to downshift an extra to get the extra rotation into the loop then, bit jagged on the steering, not as smooth as he perhaps could be, but he is in P3, he probably knows a lot more than I do, but on this back straight run into Brooklands in the McLaren F1 car then, and coming into Brooklands, braking at the 50, really down the gears, fourth gear, hit a nice apex, giving a good run for Luffield down the gears to get the car rotated and flat out on the exit to get the power down and through Woodcote onto the Wellington straight on the run into Cops. Let's see if he can manage to take it flat, use the curb on the entry, get it flat just about, having to fight the car through the corner to keep it pinned, and through Magnus and Beckett's flat, bit wide, so he's going to have to brake coming into Chapel. That's not going to give him the best run onto the straight, bit squirmy on the rear end, and with DRS he has done a 1:01 in sector 2. That is a really quick sector time then for the McLaren driver, so could definitely be on for a good lap into the Vale chicane, braking at the start of the curb, using the curb to get the car and the corner opened up, short shift to third to get the power down through the final corner then. What's it going to be? Is it going to be an improvement? It is to a 25.2, which promotes him into P3, 2.5 tenths clear of the Ferrari.
Walker is also on his lap and it is looking very promising from him.
Jump on board with him then as he negotiates Brooklands. Purple sector 1, very nicely done from him. Well, we also have Stinston on his second outlap, looking to make a bid for that pole position, as we saw Max Verstappen look very promising here in real life for Silverstone. Ferrari parked pretty precariously on the run into Maggots and Beckett's. So anyone watching the stream, what are your race predictions then? Who are your favourites to win, and who are you cheering on? Seb Bauer, welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you are enjoying it. But Walker negotiating this lap pretty well, and he comes into the pit, so we'll
RBDJ has run out of fuel on the exit of Maggots Beckett as well, coming up to the exit.
Yeah, he's got a fast house up behind him as well. Is he going to be able to move out of the way? Let's just hope he was on an outlap. It's fine, it's all good. No harm done on this occasion for now.
He's got a poodle home. IFR Stinson is starting his lap through farm into Village. Do you care to? It's 3 tenths purple going into the sector 2 at that. Brilliant first sector.
Absolutely rapid.
More hooked up than I could get it.
Oh, Papa Junior.
4.
Very close. Did not want to be doing that in the AlphaTauri. Helmut Marko would not be too pleased if he smacked into the guy on a bid for pole position. Or, well, P6 position.
Well.
Shucking it into Maggots and Beckett very fast there. Could 1:10, so 5 tenths up on his time. If he can gain a couple of tenths, he could be on for a high 23, and I'm not sure anyone could get near that time here in quali.
Coming up to a Mercedes though, might hit his time.
Mercedes, no, he goes straight on, bit of a lock up, throws him off.
He's just sent himself to the shadow realm, the Mercedes.
Is it going to be a 23.9? So he is into the 23, 7 and a bit tenths up on his time. That is a astonishing lap time, and wow, I don't think anyone's going to come close to that. Perhaps Jonathan Cox on his soft lap, 26.6 through sector 1. We'll have a look what Stinson did. He's matched him in the first sector. Jonathan Cox on a bid for pole position, then he's probably the only one that can get close enough to challenge it. Very exciting qualifying session we have on our hands right now. Let's see what he does. Lost a couple of tenths in that middle sector to Stinson. He needs it to gain it all back, where Stinson lost it in this final sector. Frustow into 8th gear. That's not what you want to do, Frustow. But into the Vale chicane then. Can he make it a bit better? Then he misses the first apex slightly, having to chuck it in a bit tighter, running a little bit wide. It doesn't look like it's going to be a good pole position lap time. It's nowhere near. It's about 5 tenths off and only a couple of tenths in front of Walker. So, disappointment there.
Possibly could still be a pole for him though, because of the grid penalty for Stinson. Bit of a pile up for the Red Bulls in the pit lane at the moment.
Oh, usually they're pretty quick with the pit stops, not today it doesn't feel.
Yeah, slacking today.
Not quite on it, perhaps they need a Red Bull. So 3 minutes left in the qualifying session then. Anyone who wants to make a final couple of laps needs to get out now. The two AlphaTauris looking good in P10 and 11, fighting over that final points slot here in quali. But it definitely would be a bit of an advantage to start P11 rather than P10. Obviously anyone who qualifies outside the top 10 has a massive advantage with the free choice of tyre. Anyone inside the top 10 of course has to qualify on the tyres they set their fastest lap in Q2, or in this case just in qualifying in general. They have to use that to start the race, so you do not want to be starting the lap on old tyres. As we see Sonson Pa in the Mercedes topple the AlphaTauris and knock them both out of the top 10. Go on board with the McLaren of DRL Hazard, who has got about 50% energy, and coming through sector 1 all the way to the right hand side. Is it a good sector 1 time? He's a tenth and a half up on his time, 26.9, not too shabby. About a few tenths off our pulse. It is getting a nice late apex through Luffield, and it looks like Puppy doesn't think he can improve on his time. He's just going to suck it up for what is a provisional P12 at the moment.
I mean, EJ looked promising. He might pop up to P4. He was 4.5 tenths up on the time coming to the last sector.
Yeah, really good time. Then what is therefore Hazard 2 tenths up as well. 2 tenths wouldn't improve his position. He needs to find a little bit of time to topple his teammate. Not got much energy to play with though. Could be close. Jonathan Cox is retired, so he's going to suck it up with the P2. Potentially Walker could topple him across the line. Does Hazard improve enough? He doesn't. He stays 6th. Walker on his lap then. If it stays like this, he should get one more. He's a 10th up on his time, so this would topple Jonathan Cox if he can keep the consistency and hook the rest of the lap up. Really nice through Luffield, getting the power down as much as he can. Through Woodcote then, making it just as short as run as he can. Through Cox, flat out chucking it in at the 50, using the curve on the inside. He cuts it a little bit. Could that be an invalidation? Doesn't maximise the track on the outside either. Bit squirmy then, and coming into Maggots and Beckett's flat, chucking it in with just a lift, not even a lift, just off the throttle slightly, and on to the hanger straight then. It's a 101 dead. That is matching our pole sitter time. He is 5 tenths up on his time, and this is looking a amazing lap for Walker then. If he can hook the rest of the lap up, he could be on a charge for pole position. Spamming down the gears through the Vale chicane then, short shift to 4th to get the power down, and into the final corner. He's going to cross the line. Is it a 23.9? It is, but it was invalidated.
It was invalidated
from Cox.
No.
He's got another lap though. No, he doesn't. That was so tight. Unlucky. Between the two, and it looks like Stinson is going for a charge. Let's see if he can improve on it, and we'll just have an imaginary. Oh, he locks up at the loop again.
This needs to prove he could have gotten pole if he didn't get the 5 replays penalty.
5 replays penalty. Definitely, just wants to stake a claim. 5 tenths down on his time. 500th down on his time, sorry, through the first sector. Easily made back through the second and third sector though. He's still got 2/3 of the lap to go as we come to the draw of the qualifying, and it looks like Jonathan Cox will be on pole position then, but Stinson just taking a claim. Beckett's into Chapel and on to the hanger straight. Has he beat? He's 0.001 up on his time.
Bad
So,
game.
honestly, never seen more a quicker, a faster lap time. But coming through the Vale chicane, massive lockup, but smacks the apex and negotiating the final corner. Should be a little bit quicker than when he got held up a little bit by the Mercedes across the line. It's a 23.8 and an amazing lap time from Stinson then. But he'll be starting this race in P6. So pretty exciting qualifying session then. Very, very quick lap times. I think they exceeded both of our expectations there.
Definitely did, I believe.
When you were predicting 28s and the people on the mediums are doing mid 24s.
Bit far off, you know.
just a little bit. So it will be Jonathan Cox on pole, followed by Walker, who rounds off the front row. RPDJ rounding off the podium places and starting the second row. Extremist YT in 4th, Jordan in 5th. Jonathan Cox will round off in 6th, and DL Hazard P7, Puppy P8, Joe Fox in 9th. LH in P10, Sozan Pat in P11, Puppy in P12, Streams P13, Crovy in P14, Tatton in P15, Big Macca in P16, Tarachi Ratch in P17, Super Stee in P18, and the last row of the grid, both Williamses, not much of a surprise, Smithy and Optics.
Surprised at all.
We've got Mercedes down in P18 and P11. Definitely not reminiscent of real life whatsoever. No. But LH44 has made it into the top 10 on those medium tyres. So definitely could be a little bit interesting.
Definitely.
Looks like Puppy Jr. Puppy has also got a 5 position penalty, so he'll be demoted down to P17. And that'll promote everyone up one place.
Very interested to see what that LH guy can do.
Definitely.
He's going to be starting on mediums.
On the alternate strategy, we've also got Stinson trying to make his way through. Sonson has left the session. Probably what the delay was for his. With us loading in, hopefully we can get started as soon as possible though.
What do you think the top 3, the bottom 3 will start on? Do you think they'll start on the softs, or do you think they'll start on the mediums?
The bottom 3, well, it could be interesting if they. Optics and Smithy, I've obviously commentated on them before. Both very competent drivers, so potentially could strap on the softs, make an early charge, or while they're at the back, go on the mediums, go long, and get a nice overcut on the rest of the field.
I would think the mediums would work better, because I guess when you start the race, I guess everybody would be bunched up and going a lot slower than it actually could be going on the softs. So I would personally go on the mediums.
Yes, definitely. But loading into the race now, got a good one on our hands, I think. Silverstone always does provide. Especially in 2020, both amazing races, of course, and 2019 and 2018 weren't too bad either. So Brits, as per usual, putting on a nice little show for everyone.
I'm feeling Stinson. He's going to have a very good start. I hope he does very well after that unfortunate qualifying he had.
6/10 pole, and well, only about half a tenth pole if who was it? Walker and Jonathan Cox managed to hook their lap up.
Yeah.
So just while waiting for everyone to adjust their strategy and fuel loads, and go to the grid.
Not very many like spectators, isn't it?
No,
inside. Quite disappointed. Not very
with
good turnout
the
because of
COVID-19 restrictions
Can't
here in
do
the
much.
UK. I think we should just be grateful to have a Formula 1 race on. So as they head off the formation lap
Definitely.
then, just making sure their tyres are lovely and warmed up, and Jonathan Cox will lead the way. He's no stranger to a pole position start, of course winning both the FNR and TNR championships for the Redline Racing community. The predicted pit stop strategy is either one stop soft to mediums or soft to hards around the 10th lap team mark, of course powered by AWS Insights. Oh, so those medium tyres are going to be frozen.
Well, very frozen.
Very, very cold. As he makes a good start, so we could definitely see him drop places on the grid. We'll get some telemetry up and see what tyres everyone's on. It looks like the bottom three opted for the soft strategy. Tatton, everyone else also on the softs except for the Ferrari of Tatton, who decided to go for the medium. So only 2 people starting the race on the medium compound tyre and going for that alternate strategy.
Quite shocked the bottom 3 haven't gone for a medium strategy. They're going to go on a soft to try and get best start possible.
Best start possible, and hopefully cut their way through the field. And we don't see too much carnage. Looks like everyone's keeping it pretty sensible on the formation lap, not doing any Mr. Tumble style last to first challenges.
Interesting.
But it looks like the field's pretty spread out. You've got a pretty big gaggle of cars at the front and then a second after grid languishing back. So Jonathan Cox might need to start backing these guys up to ensure his tyres aren't too cold. But anyone who is watching the stream, do care to comment what you think is on our hands for the race today, and who you're cheering on for. Don't be shy, guys. Anything is welcome as everyone lines up to the grid for today's race start. And it looks like we've got a couple of Ferrari and McLarens inside each other. That's how a Formula 1 car is made, ladies and gentlemen.
PG, please, thank you.
It looks like they've sorted themselves out.
Ah, that's good.
But as the rest of the grid line up and we get raring to go for today's race. Green flag is waved as we get ready for the lights. Codemasters.
We're gonna have lights. Oh,
Don't think we're gonna have lights on.
no. Power's gone out. Well, they spent all that time trying to warm their tyres up. They're going to be freezing cold.
Oh yeah, no grip whatsoever at the start of the race. Is it a lobby glitch?
I don't know. Whoever's controlling the marshals is going to get more of a pay cut because of COVID now.
Oh yeah.
It's not very good.
Yeah, definitely won't be one to keep his job, that's for sure.
I think Mr. Tumble's controlling the lights.
Sure. Could we have some lights, please, or are those not in the budget cut anymore?
Any day now would be much appreciated. Personally, if I was the F1 driver, I would have just turned them on myself by now.
Just jumped out the car, turn them on.
Yeah. Got my seatbelt back up and away we go.
But you can't do lights out without lights on, so
No.
we could hurry up, that'd be lovely. Here we go. Are we getting ready? And my game's crashed.